Fabrizio Romano has shaken the football world once again. And this time, the name on the table directly involves Liverpool. According to the Italian journalist, a target who has drawn attention at Anfield for months is finally ready to take the next step in 2026. And that triggers an interesting alert inside the club, especially because Richard Hughes, despite working intensely in the last window balancing arrivals and departures, knows the squad rebuild is only just beginning. Arne Slot's project is ambitious, demands fresh pieces, demands depth, and above all, demands players capable of sustaining the identity he wants to imprint over the next few years. The message is clear. The moves made in the next 3 or 4 transfer windows will define the size of the dynasty Liverpool is trying to build. The scenario for January has already been outlined behind the scenes. There is a real expectation that Liverpool will reach into their pockets to reinforce areas where the squad still lacks strong enough alternatives. Slot has an intense, vertical and organized style, and for everything to work as he envisions, the group needs fresh oxygen, especially after signs of fatigue in key sectors. Marc Guéhi and Antoine Semenyo have appeared frequently in speculation, but there is one name quietly gaining force: Jean-Philippe Mateta. And it's precisely about him that Romano has decided to open up. In an update posted on Twitter, the specialist confirmed that Mateta, currently at Crystal Palace, is at a key moment in his career and eyeing a new direction. The French striker, who had already been linked with Liverpool last week, is now attracting interest not only in the Premier League but also in Serie A. The most intriguing part: according to Romano, Mateta hasn't spoken to Crystal Palace about a contract renewal since last summer. In other words, the path is wide open for a move, and the player himself seems ready for it. At first glance, it may seem strange to imagine Liverpool investing in yet another striker after the arrivals of Hugo Ekitike and Alexander Isak. But football doesn't follow a fixed script. Slot knows this better than anyone. Ekitike has already shown conditioning issues, and relying on only 2 main forwards for an entire season is a huge risk. In a Premier League that's becoming increasingly physical and unpredictable, having a third decisive option isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. And that's where Mateta comes in, a striker who, in recent years, has established himself as one of the most efficient penalty area finishers in the league. Strong, intelligent in his movement, and constantly present where it truly matters, he has become the kind of finisher who turns half chances into goals. For a Liverpool side struggling to break down low-block defences, this type of player is pure gold. With him, Arne Slot would gain a weapon capable of completely altering the attacking dynamic during critical moments, especially in crosses, set pieces, and more direct plays requiring a dominant final touch. But one issue sparks internal debate: age. Mateta turns 29 next year, and Liverpool rarely make big investments in players within this age bracket. However, when a team is in transition, some rules can, and perhaps must, be bent. Even more so with the looming possibility of Mohamed Salah's exit once again hovering over Anfield. If the Egyptian truly is nearing the end of his Liverpool chapter, experience and attacking maturity suddenly become urgent requirements.